You have never paid for a single piece of advice in your life. And it shows. Somewhere in your browser history, there are 300 saved videos. Titles like How to Build Wealth in Your 20s. How to Invest with No Money. The algorithm knows you better than your own family does because you have fed it for years of searching for answers you never once acted on. This is not a story about information. You already have the information. Everyone does. This is a story about the moment you finally understood why having it changed nothing. Rewind 5 years. You were sitting on a mattress on the floor, laptop propped on a cardboard box, watching a 19-year-old with better teeth than you explain compound interest for free. You take notes. You always take notes. The notebook is nearly full. Not one page of it has ever turned into $1. Something shifts. Not in your bank account. In your calendar. Your cousin Danny is doing the same thing you are, except Danny has been doing it for 6 years and calls it research. Danny has 40 saved podcasts about real estate and has never looked at a single listing. Danny will tell you, with total confidence, that paid courses are a scam, that everything is free if you look hard enough, that the information wants to be free. Danny is 34 years old and still asks his mother for the security deposit. You start to notice something uncomfortable. The free version of anything costs you the only thing you cannot get back: time. You spend 11 hours a week hunting through comment sections for the parts nobody bothered to explain properly, stitching together a course that some stranger already built and organized and tested, except yours is missing half the pages and none of the mistakes have been fixed for you. Here is the part nobody wants to say out loud, so let's say it. When something costs you nothing, you treat it like it's worth nothing. You skip the video halfway through. You bookmark it and never return. There is no fear attached to walking away from free, because free never asked anything of you in return. Do you actually think the people running circles around you got there by watching more free videos than everyone else? Or do they buy their way past the part where you're currently stuck? $240. That's what the first course costs. Your thumb hovers over the button for 4 full days. It feels reckless, almost embarrassing, like admitting out loud that you couldn't figure out on your own. You buy it anyway, mostly out of exhaustion. The course is not smarter than the free videos. It is not even that different. But you finish it. Every module. Because you paid, and now walking away costs you something too, and suddenly that changes everything about how you sit down and pay attention. If you have ever paid for something, and suddenly found the discipline you swore you never had, you already know exactly what this feels like. Tell me down below the first time money made you actually follow through. Something shifts. Not in what you know, in what you finally use. There's a second thing the course gives you that no free video ever could. A room. Not a physical one, a shared one, full of strangers who paid the same amount you did, which means every one of them is done pretending this is a hobby. You ask a question in the group chat at midnight, and someone answers in 6 minutes, someone who is 3 steps ahead of you and has no reason to lie about what worked. Danny does not have this room. Danny has a subscribe button and an algorithm that doesn't know his name. A year later, you take the next step, and it costs considerably more than $240. For figures this time, for 8 weeks with a small group and a coach who has actually built what you are trying to build. Your stomach drops when you send the payment. Then something strange happens. You stop scrolling for shortcuts. You show up early to every call. You do the homework nobody is forcing you to submit because somewhere in your head a switch flipped, the one that says this already cost me something, so now I finish it. The rule of this level is simple and nobody likes hearing it. Cheap advice gets ignored precisely because it was cheap to get. By the time the number reaches 5 figures, you're not buying information anymore. You already know most of it. You are buying speed, and you are buying proximity to people already living 3 years ahead of where you stand, people who correct your mistakes before you finish making them, people who will not let you disappear quietly back into your old habits the way the internet always let you. The wealthy people you assumed had some secret feed of free knowledge you didn't have access to? They are, in fact, the ones spending most on mentors, coaches, masterminds, rooms full of people who already did it. Not because the information is hidden. Because time is the only thing money can't refund, and they are done wasting it hunting through comment sections for answers a stranger already organized for $40. Something shifts one final time. Not in how much you know. In how fast you stop wasting the time you have left to use it. Months later, you walk past a coffee shop and see someone at a corner table, laptop open, notebook filling up fast, watching a free video with the sound low, and the same look on their face you used to wear. Same notebook. Same hunger. Same 400 saved links they will probably never open again. You do not feel superior watching them. You feel something quieter. You remember exactly how long you sat where they're sitting, collecting information like it was armor, waiting to feel ready before you spent a single dollar on anyone who had already done what you wanted to do. You do not walk over and tell them to buy the course. Some things you have to pay to learn, in every sense of the word. But you sit down 2 tables away, order your coffee without checking the price first, and open your laptop to work that is already paid for, already structured, already moving, while the free video behind you plays on quietly to someone who is still deciding if he is ready.